Hello and welcome back to Wikis of Mirkwood. So we have been away for quite a while now, mainly due to a change in location and also getting ready for the World Team Championships, which we took part in March. So I do have a guest with me today, someone that actually went to that, took pity on me and brought me with him and allowed me to bring his elves, even though or bring my elves, even though he absolutely hates elves with a passion himself, and that would be Dave Murphy.
Hello, good people.
So Dave's going to chat through some lists with us here, and yeah, we're
To
going to
be
have
clear, to be clear, I took Connor because he's a good lad.
not just because
The Elves was just an
pretty
unfortunate
much,
piece of baggage.
yeah. Next time I don't think I'll bring elves. Next time I'm thinking
He lost
Corsairs,
all
to be
he
honest.
lost all his games, so that's what he gets for bringing Elves.
Yeah. You just don't get enough of them. So as you can see, I'm just sort of flicking through the pages here, and we'll get to the list in a wee second. So I am hoping to get back with like a lot more content now that I've settled, to be fair, with the move and everything, and now that we're back from that, and the table's getting set up again. So hopefully things will get better going forward. So I'll just get rid of all of this. What have I done? Okay, like that. Ignore that. Right. So, Exploding Dice is holding the You Shall Not Fast GBHL 90 and IHL 100 event. It's on this weekend. I'm taking part. Dave's taking part, and 12 other people are taking part. So we're going to have a wee look at their lists. We're going to do the pairings at the end with my really high-tech technology you can see here. My monitor is playing up.
Continuing the trend of high quality productions of the IHL.
Exactly, yeah. Um,
No
my mon
expenses spared here, folks.
my monitor keeps like on that note, yeah, no expenses spared. My monitor keeps like jumping in and out. So whether or not that affects the stream and what we can see, and it might just show you continuously what's on the screen. For me, it just keeps going black every now and again. So I must be a this wire. I'll have to get to it. It'll be really annoying as well because it's a damn good monitor. So, moving forward, we shall take a look at the list. So, the first one that I've skimmed past a few times here is going to be Mr. Ewan Collins. He is bringing the army of Gothmog Legendary Legion at 850 points. It is an 850 point singles event for anyone that doesn't know. Ran by Steve, who you might now know from the One Show. He's now famous because he's now been on TV along with Exploding Dice. So Warband 1, leader Gothmog, Lieutenant of Sauron with shield and a warg, 12 Mornanan orcs with shields, 3 Mornanan orcs with short shield and spear. Warband 2, Garrett, Master of Reserves, 10 Mornanan orcs with shield and spear. 1 Mordor troll with a hammer, 1 Mordor troll with a sword. Ewan loves bringing trolls, it's great. Zagdush, the orc captain, 1 Mornanan orc with a banner, 5 Mornanan orcs with shield and spear, a Mordor siege bow and with siege veteran and flaming ammunition. Orc drummer, and that's it. So it's 40 warriors, 21 to break, 9 to quarter, and I can't see any bows bar the big siege one. I've never seen a siege bow. What are they like?
It's basically cheap and cheerful. It's 50 points. Like it's a strength 9 hit, flings them back, same as the Isengard ballista, but smaller, so it can't like shoot over things.
Okay.
So like the Isengard ballista has the advantage of being elevated. So
It's strength
even though
9,
even
isn't
though it
it? Yeah.
really should be a volley fire siege engine, it kind of goes straight down.
Fair. So it's
But this
straight
yoke
line.
doesn't. And the other big thing is it does only have 5+ to hit.
Okay.
Bit of a killer.
It'll be pretty cool to see. I think he's made it out of something, and it like I've seen a picture of it before, and it looked class.
I can't for the life of me remember what flaming ammunition does.
I can't actually tell you what.
I think it
Had
would
it.
only be relevant against siege targets.
I had it. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It like re-rolls something against siege targets. I actually had it up in front of me. Like here it is. So flaming ammunition. It doesn't actually tell me. It just tells me what
Yeah.
accurate on piercing shot do. So it doesn't actually tell me. It is something to do with siege because I know that someone pointed out unless it was against like another siege
So
target, it would be pointless.
yeah. So unless he faces another siege engine, it's pointless.
Yeah, yeah. Or like, is it mimic a siege target? Don't know if there is any.
Yes, it is actually.
Garrett's a master of reserves. What does he do again?
So he's basically a Moran captain with 3 might, and he has his deployment special rule like Madrill. So
Okay, yeah, he
you up and
can
down your up and down your deployment rolls,
maneuver
which
for
is
Maelstrom.
fantastic for Maelstrom and for recon.
And then Gothmog's Legendary Legion is just like hatred of men and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, so Gothmog's hatred of man rule is normally 3 inches range. It becomes 12 in the Legion.
Cool.
And his time of the Orc rule, which is normally 12 inches, becomes battlefield wide.
That's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
I am a big
His
fan of
stand
Goldman.
fast also affects friendly Orc heroes in this Legion.
All right, so you could do
Yeah.
theirs,
So
and then
so the
would they?
Legion,
Do they
if you come up
still?
against if the Legion, if you come up against men, you're loving life.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. If
If you're
there's just
not, if you're unless you play Rohan Cav, who just charge you when
yeah,
someone just runs you over.
Menace to Earth and Fiefdoms are getting a bit more popular recently, to be fair.
Mhm.
Um, so let me see. I think my
It's always cool. It's always cool to see trolls, but unfortunately, they're just not great, especially mortar trolls.
yeah, two, three of them. One with the one it's an orc drummer. I thought it was a troll drummer, so he's got an orc drummer
Mhm.
just, but then two trolls and a hammer and sword. Yeah, they're just like ants, but not as good, pretty much.
Yeah,
But they are cool.
yeah, they're
Um,
always cool to see.
40 models and having a couple of having a siege bow and two trolls isn't bad, I guess.
As we've learned from WC Connor, low
Yeah,
models too low.
yeah.
Them's rookie numbers got to
It's
boost them up.
ridiculous. Yeah, like 60 plus. So we were seeing there, it was absolutely stupid meta.
Yeah,
On that note, Nick's brought a very elitist force here. It's like 21, 20, something like that.
yay, yay, elves. I'm happy.
That was this is the same problem I had at WTC here. It's just tried to go too elite.
Oh yeah,
Um,
this list will be good crack because it's three big heroes who can
yeah,
absolutely wreck shit.
yeah.
But yeah,
Orphandale will be loving the trolls and
it's
stuff.
yeah, it's very small, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So any model you lose is painful.
yeah, massively so. Seven Knights of
But
Rivendell
I'll be
and
happy
Knight
to
of
face.
Rivendell with a banner.
I'll be quite happy to face this, and
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
yeah. I've seen your list actually. It's different than what you normally take. So, but yeah, it's interesting with like seven knights. Like it's a lot of mobility. You like, I guess you want to try and get Gilgalad running
The
about on
list
them
would be better
afterwards.
if it was all knights.
Yeah, rather than bringing the Ten Kings Guard. Do you think
Yeah,
that would be
so
cool to
you can
see?
just move away. You can move away, shoot,
I suppose. Yeah,
whittle away at your opponent.
yeah.
Whereas them 10 King's guards kind of get trailed behind you.
It's a lot of points to fit in the King's Guard. Um, yeah,
King's
Gilgalad,
guards are
Elrond, and Glorfindel is pretty cool. Like, but
King's guards are very good, but they're better in an elf infantry force.
fair. They're
Like a
basically like
Bunting.
Palace Guard, aren't they? They're just fight six. You're basically just paying.
Yeah, they're fight six base, which is
Yeah,
great. It's especially like fight six, defense six with shields. That's such
yeah.
a tough troop to crack.
I guess five or six of them maybe. In some of them, like I've
Yeah.
seen people run, but 10 is a
Michael
lot.
Bunting used to do a list like it with Gilgalad and Elrond and Lady of Light when she was a hero of fort or hero of valor,
Yeah,
so you could
when everyone took
Valerian.
her.
Like his list was very tanky, but because he had Gilgalad who had magic protection, Gilgalad can just carve through an army by himself, basically.
Yeah, he is beast. The one fate isn't, but like, but it annoys me.
Yeah,
He's fight nine. I feel like if he was fight eight, at least you have a chance of him getting a one on a strike. But the fact he just strikes and he's automatically 10, he's a bastard. Like,
it's
I,
nearly in. It's nearly when you're a fight nine. It's nearly not worth your while striking. Just
yeah,
defense.
yeah, he's just ridiculously good. I've never had a good time against him. I don't think I've ever killed him.
I have.
Um, I'm sure you have Gulliver or something. Yeah.
Nah, just Dane.
I mean, there's lots of times I should have killed him, to be fair. I just, for some reason, I think it's just like a mental thing now, and then my dice just don't do it, and it's like, I don't know, just
Yeah.
refuses to happen. Calvin Phillips, bringing the fellowship. I fucking love this.
What a lad. Good man,
It's
Calvin.
so good.
You're gonna do
Um,
terribly. You're gonna do terrible, but you'll have a
he's
good
gonna
time
love it.
with it.
Yeah, we were saying we're gonna enjoy bottom table battles together, most likely with what I've brought as well. So,
You should
um,
wait. You'll be meeting for the wooden spoon and for favorite fonts.
yeah, well, I think that's probably the only thing we can really go for. That and the participation award. There is a
Yeah.
participation award, I
I
believe.
mean, the fellowship is obviously the fellowship. Like they're cool. They're the most thematic army you can play in Middle Earth. They just don't have enough rules, as it were,
They
to
get let down by the hobbits a bit as well because the hobbits just
break.
drop.
Breaking the Fellowship Legion is very good because it's got loads of extra rules, but that caps out at 600 points.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly why I didn't take it. He was saying he wanted to take that, but it caps out, so like there
Yeah.
was no point. So just to go through that for those that aren't watching, it's Gandalf is the leader. We've got Aragorn with Andril, the armor and the bow, Boromir with the shield, Gimli, Legolas with the cloak, armor and cloak, sorry, Frodo with mithril coat, Sting and elven cloak, Sam with the cloak, Merry with the cloak, Pippin with the cloak. It's 850 points, 9 models, 2 bows. You need to kill 5 to break it, kill 7 to quarter. It's going to be hilarious. So keeping with
It is worth noting that you can't be broken as long as Frodo's alive.
that's a good
And on the
point as
table.
well. Yeah, yeah, and they're all fearless when he's alive. Yeah, isn't it? So like,
Yeah, they are
yeah,
very fearless.
just kill Frodo. You
Yeah.
bastard, hate him. So keeping with the low model counts, we've got Chris Cornhill and his Grey Company, probably one of the nicest painted armies I've ever seen. Oh,
And another very thematic all hero force that
yeah,
is not too good but will be lovely
either
to
gets
look
a
at.
really narrow win or like usually ends
Gets
up.
crushed.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a fun. He's done pretty well with it before, like so it just depends, I guess, what numbers he comes up against. Because I guess there's a couple of low model lists in this event
I
that
suppose I suppose actually now that I think of it, this event isn't using the pools, it's just D18, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean if he gets very lucky he could get 3 killing scenarios and
he
win all
could,
nine
yeah. And
to be
like I
alright.
say, just because like the fact that he could play, say, he plays Calvin and he plays like Nick's list, like he's not actually that heavily outnumbered, depending on what
No.
and then my list as well.
Yeah.
He's not heavily outnumbered. So it
And
going with
there
like
are
it's not
some
WTC,
there are
it's not so bad that not having a
yeah
million
there
models.
are yeah there are some scenarios where deploying together as one warband is very good, like in Maelstrom and in
Yeah,
Divide and Conquer. It's actually quite good.
yeah, definitely a Maelstrom. Actually, I barely even considered that. It's such an obvious thing. Like it just doesn't even really
Yeah.
affect you. So 16 models, bit more than Calvin. Good, but realistically, it's like twice as much, which is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It does also help that that pretty much everything in the list has a bow, so
Yeah,
you can harass
bow, six
and
inch
you can
banner, 2 attacks.
and you've got a might point behind those bows.
Yeah. Um, and then Aragorn just being Aragorn as well, and
Yeah.
then does he still get his
You can
green light?
there is also a really nice trick you can do with the range of the north involving like heroic combats.
Do
You can
tell.
stop. You can so if say Azog were to charge the range of the north and call heroic combat,
Mm-hmm.
the ranger of the north calls heroic combat back. You have to roll a dice to see whose heroic combat goes first as normal. If you're the player playing the Ranger of the North, you can say, I'm going to do him first. So if Azog wins and kills that Ranger of the North, Azog can't move on because it wasn't Azog's heroic combat.
Ah, that's a fucking. That's bad. Yeah, it's actually
Oh
really
yeah,
clever.
it doesn't make any sense to us in the rules wise, but that is
Fuck.
a rule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you get when you know your stuff. Jesus Christ, like I genuinely didn't. Fucking hell, that's really
We none of us like because we've been playing for a while. Like you read the rules, like that's clearly not how it's meant to work.
but
Now they have updated it with this new book, but yeah, because we sort of wrote we decided as an IHL to do our own sort of FAQ,
yeah,
and we said no, that's clearly not how it's done. But we submitted it and it came back. Yeah, no, that's legal. Like
it
okay,
just seems yeah,
right,
like you just end up with all these like wee instances where things just flat out don't work.
yeah. So yeah, it's a little trick that you can do with your small tiny heroes. You're like Roy combat, sacrifice myself and just stop this hero from
Yeah,
moving.
yeah, like yeah, 'cause they all have might, so like yeah, it's there's not many lists you can do that with, to be fair, but like still pretty pretty cool. Next up is Michael Bunting. So
An
he's
absolutely useless human being. This
brilliant.
this lad this lad got an extra week to decide. Michael was there, lists options laid out in front of him. He's like, he could have picked anyone except for Wings of Shadow. See, this list is called Wings of Shadow. Michael calls this Wings of Shadow.
I think I've
Gulliver
heard.
and the Shadow Lord. Things with wings and shadow and shite. But he wanted to play something else. So he had all the list options lined up in front of him. Big neon flashing lights saying, not this one over the wings of power, over the wings of shadow. But Michael wanted like, push that one. I don't know. I was confused. Fuck's sake. Useless. And this man is a teacher. Teacher who doesn't know time, dates, and is always cold, even when he's in Spain.
I was cold in Spain, to be fair. It was windy when it was really high up. He also can't open
Yeah,
a
well,
rules pack. I think that's Michael's biggest thing for he never seems to be able to open a rules pack and his new phone.
well.
So he has got the Shadow Lord on horse, 6 Mordor orcs with bows, 6 black Numenorians, 3 orcs, shield and spear, and a banner. Gorbag with a shield, 4 Mordor orcs, 2 black Numenorians, 6 orcs, shield and spear. Zagdish, 3 Mordor orcs, 2 black Numenorians, 7 orcs with shield and spear. Gullivar, 6 orcs with shield and spear, 2 orcs with shield and spear, 51 models, 26 to break, and 12 to quarter, 13 bows. Yeah,
Basically, the thinking behind this is taking the old Wings of Shadow list, which used to have a great beast in it. So, as we said, from the ETC or the WC, we came away with we don't have large enough armies. So, Michael had a 44 model army, but technically not really because 11 of those are the Great Beast.
yeah,
So only really one. So his thinking here is to drop the beast, take some cheap orc heroes to buff out his numbers, and the Mordor Urkai and is just here's some bows, but orc bows that hit on a 4 instead of a 5, and
yeah.
Mordor Urkai are fight 4 and strength 4.
I mean, evil shooting shouldn't do a lot, but it against me it tends to do a fuckload. It's really annoying.
Sometimes it can catch you by surprise.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you just don't write it off. Definitely. I had to do this like really, really well
The
against.
part about this list that puzzles me is the Angmar orcs with Gulliver, because if they die, if that's 9 models, so if 5 models of that die, then Michael automatically gives away the breaking points
Mm.
because this is a red alliance.
So what do you do? Just put him on his own and then just I guess you can't even beef out those other
It's
ones really though, can you?
his his tactic is possibly to send because they break separately, so their courage tests work separately. So perhaps these orcs go back on objectives and just hide behind the back line, supporting,
Yeah.
like being very careful.
Yeah, the fact that they break separately could actually
Still,
make
it's
my
still very risky, but
Michael, it does tend
Bunting
to
is stubborn.
he is a
Bunting is
man
a
of
stubborn
risk.
man. He just has to play red alliances.
Yeah, yeah, he is a Mr.
He can't
Impossible.
leave home without Gulliver and the Shadowlord or Galadriel, Lady of Light.
Michael Impossible Bunting.
Yeah,
Uh, on to yourself.
this
So
cunt.
the captain of Ireland WTC Team 2. The Serpent Horde and Mordor. So something a bit different. I wasn't expecting this. Suladan on armored horse. Just on his own. Warband 2, the Shadow Lord on horse, 10 more Nanan orcs with shields, 5 orc warriors with spears and shields. Warband 3 is Razgish. That's the one that hates elves, right? Almost as much as yourself.
Basically me in orc form.
Yeah, it pretty much is. 5 orc warriors with spears and shields, and 2 giant bat swarms. Hate them. Warband 4, Gurrits, there's that guy again. 5
He's a
more
good
Nanan
lad.
orcs with shields, and 5 orcs warriors with spears and shields. With 3 might and the ability to like affect deployment, he definitely is
He's
decent.
also a reliable heroic march battery. Like,
That's a good
you
point
need
as
if you
well.
need
Yeah,
it,
just
you
pure
just use it.
March. Yeah, March out moves. Kurdish the Firecaller, another annoyance with 5 more Nanan orcs with shields. 5 orc warriors with spears and shields. 1 orc tracker. 48 models in total. 5 heroes, 43 warriors, breaks of 25, and 12 models left his quarter. Decent amount of models, lots of heroes, and a guy that hates elves. It's very, very Dave Murphy. I have to
Yeah, well, basically, I saw for your event, Connor, there was like 7 or 8 people who had elves, and I was like,
say.
hmm, hmm, maybe I'll take Razgush.
It's fun.
So I sort of wrote a list around Razgush, basically.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
my thinking was front rank is Moranans, strength 4, defense 6. So elves will have a hard time killing them, but strength 4 will cut through them. Then you have your back rank, regular orcs who, well, only strength 3 will get hatred elf from Razgush, so they'll just wound elves on 5s anyway.
Yeah,
And you know,
I think
Moranans are pretty good, like in general.
Miran's are
They're one of the best
great. They
one
are
of the
just
best
great.
leading troops in this game, like, you know.
How many alpha
Top
lists have we
off.
had so far? Just one. Um,
Yeah, there
so
was
not
Nick's, I think.
not the same meta so far.
Oh yeah,
But there might be another one. We will see. I
yeah.
think there might have been one more.
Yeah,
Um,
I basically was like, okay, after that, let's take Cardush for Fury, Gurts for Might and the March and the special row. Took the Shadow Lord for Magic in his anti-shooting row, and then I had like 115 points left. I was like, what do I do? I was like, oh, I'll take Solodan 6-inch banner.
yeah, he's yeah, he's the one that goes with what do you call them? The
Yeah.
far hard and stuff.
Serpent Horde.
Serpent Horde, that's it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Serpent Horde more hard.
Well,
Yes, I think
Harad is
Connor uses
Harad
him.
is like yellow allies with most Lord of the Rings factions, so
Uh,
Solodan like is always something you could nearly just slot into any list. Give that 6-inch banner effect.
it's
That's
Luke
the
that
banner.
usually uses him. Actually, yeah, that's who I know uses him quite a lot.
He's 115 points for fight five, three attacks, three might with strike, and that banner.
And the banner, yeah, like not bad
Yeah,
points,
and
man.
it's not a banner effect. It's actual banner, so it's counting for your victory points.
Yeah,
And a 12-inch stand fast as well for evil armies who are not as good off with courage.
you can just sort of stay out of combat and just be useful, pretty much, for
Yeah,
100 odd points, which is pretty good. So on to the next one. We're just over halfway on our list.
scum.
The competition is fierce. We have
I'm
Michael
gonna have to
Bradford.
take a shower again after this now.
He's the man that's the face appears on my most feared dice, Michael Bradford. So he is running a yellow alliance. This list looks nasty. It's Rivendell, Radagast Alliance, and Army of Lake Town. I painted his Lake Town, so I have to say that I'm slightly biased towards liking this list. So he's got Warband 1 leader Glorfindel makes another appearance with the armor of Gondolin on Asphaleth, the 12-inch running horse. One Rivendell knight with shield, one elf warrior with banner and spear and shield. Warband number 2 is Círdan. He's got a Rivendell knight with shield, two elf warriors with spear and shield. Warband 3 is the master of Lake Town, Mr. Stephen Fry. 7 Lake Town guard with bows, 8 Lake Town guards with spears. Warband 4 is Braga. I didn't paint that one. That is Louise. 6 Lake Town guards with bow and 6 Lake Town guard with spear. Warband number 5 is Alfred with 6 Lake Town guards and 6 Lake Town guards with spear. And Warband 6 is Gwahir. That's the bit that scared me. Just throwing in Gwahir. It's just an absolute
Yeah,
menace. 50 models, 15 bows, kill 26 to break it. 25% is 12. It's Michael's Lake Town soup. It's a cool list. It has a lot going on for it.
it it is
And it has
pure
good
filth.
numbers. Yeah, good numbers.
Pure filth.
Very, very popular. The WTC I noticed is like pretty much anyone with good forces that wanted to hoard up just went Lake
Like
Town.
Town Guard are just so cheap, and the Master is sort of cheap. Hero Valor.
Yeah, it's solid.
You can get like 42 models for about 350 points.
Trying to isolate Gua here as well, pretty much, and then trying to like isolate and trap him where you can, or just
Yeah,
like charge him
it's
and
got
hope for the best.
it's got basically everything. It's got magic support, it's got mobility, it's got might, it's got numbers, it's got a tanky leader, it's got a banner.
What are you losing with the Yellow Alliance?
You just lose your army bonuses. You
What
have to
is the
bring
army bonus for Lake Town?
army bonuses. The master's effect. It's normally six
Okay.
inches. It becomes 12.
Okay.
In the
Yeah.
Misty Mountains, you're losing +1 strength with charge, and with Rivendell, you're losing the reroll to hit with your shooting. But
Yeah, he's
this
master's
is
busted.
the problem with army bonuses, that they're not good enough to like if you're trying to
Definitely.
build if you're trying to build a competitive list, you look at like the potential of alliances versus what the bonuses give you. And it's
Yeah.
just
You could look Goblin Towns, it's just completely pointless.
yeah,
Like it's so stupid. Yeah, too many of them are pretty crap. And you'll get Legendary Legions and they're like so much better. Half the time
yeah.
anyway. Yeah, it's I think it's the most models we've got so far at 50. I've never faced it before, so I would quite like to come up
Uh,
against this myself for the
I think
crack.
Bunting's list had 51, but yeah, basically the same.
Did it at 51? Yeah, it might have. Yeah, you think you're right. Um, it did not. Yeah,
Yeah,
51. So it's the
the
second
li-
biggest.
yeah, as you say, the lists from this more seasoned players are going up towards the 50
Yeah,
or around that 50 or so
yeah.
mark.
It just shows that that's where it's sitting at the minute. Um, I think on my Corsair list, when I finally get it built, will be quite numbers heavy, which will be cool.
Oh yeah,
I'm really
yeah.
looking forward to painting them. Patrick McCormick, bringing another Serpent Horde and
This
Mordor list.
bollocks.
There's a lot of there's a lot of animosity between the top people in the IHL teams. Stilladan, the Serpent Horde and Armored
I will
Horse.
never say anything nice about people unless I don't,
No.
unless you're lucky enough for me to not know you.
Yeah, yeah. That's the best way. I mean, you speak crap about your friends, like and well about normal people. That's usually the way people go with it, isn't it? You know that you're really good friends with someone if you just can speak shit about them more often, and they don't care.
That's it.
So, Siladan the Serpent Horde on Armored Horse. We've got 9 Harajam warriors with poisoned arrows, bows, and spear. 9 Watchers of Karna with twin blades, and 3 Abraham Merchant Guard. Already, this is more of an actual typical Serpent Horde ones, which is really cool. We've got Warband 2, Raza, Fang of the Serpent, 5 Harajam warriors with poisoned arrow, bows, and spear, 4 Watchers of Karna with twin blades, 2 Abraham Merchant Guard. Warband 3 is the Shadow Lord on horse, bringing the back of that magic, and he is the one that's like six to hit once he spends a will, something like that. 6 more 9 orcs with shield and spear, and 1 warg rider with shield. Gorbag, the orc captain with shield, 6 more 9 orcs, and a shield and spear with them. And the last warband is Gurrits for the 3rd time today. Master Reserves with 3 more 9 orcs with shield and spear, 2 more 9 orcs with spear. He's popular. Him and Glorfindel's
He's a good
popular.
lad,
Silladan
as they say.
popular. Shadow Lord's
Yeah,
popular. We've got a lot of popular people.
they're all good. Like
They're all very good. They are indeed.
there's a reason why they pop up a lot.
This will probably be very nicely painted if it's one of Paddy's lists as well, so I can't wait to see that. He's got 52 models. We have a new leader. Breakpoint, 25 models remaining, 25%, 13 models remaining. And yep, another really dirty list, but another very good list. What have you got to say about this, Steve?
Well, yeah. So basically, it's Paddy trying to build a kind of all-rounded list that covers most bases. Uh, Obviously, the thinking is you got Watch the Karna. They are soft because of defense 3, but they have 2 attacks and they're fight 4, and then back them up with Haradrim Warriors or Morannons, that's 3 attacks, and then on top of that, you've got Sultan's Banner. You're rolling 4 dice to win every fight, so even higher fight value stuff, like, 2 attack at a Battle Line of Elves isn't always going to roll a 6.
Yeah.
4 dice, pretty likely to roll the 6s.
Yeah.
If you're winning fights, you don't care. It doesn't matter what defense you are.
Yeah. That's true.
Cheap little might points and Gorbag, Gurrits. Gorbag is little hero with strike. Raza is a little hero with strike. Raza is 3 attacks. He can go up to fight 6 if he's fighting his intended target. So you write down secretly a hero that he's going to try and kill. And when he's in combat with the hero, you can reveal the target. And Raza is normally fight 4, but he'll go up to fight 6.
Yeah, so he's basically an assassin.
Yeah, and top of that, 3 attacks with Bane of Kings. So imagine like trapping the target. So 6 dice, all running through it. Yeah, that's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. And like we say, the numbers as well. Like
And you back that up with the Shadow Lord as well.
how much shooting is it called actually? Just looking at it here. So you got
Yeah, it's good for shooting as well. 14 Harad bows.
5 there, yeah. So quite decent shooting, yeah.
Yeah, like it's not
And
obviously
poisoned
then,
as well as reroll ones, is it?
yeah, reroll ones. And they do have poisoned spears as per the animals.
Yeah, it's going to be nasty. Pretty cool. You don't see a lot of this sort of serpent horde up here anyway, so it'll be pretty nice to see that.
Yeah, it's a lot of metal models because them old Elite Harad stuff used to be better old edition because it was cheaper in points wise.
Yeah, he
Watchers
actually
of Karna
did list his might.
Watchers of Karna could take their bows and their daggers.
He's got 14 might as well. He actually put his bow count there as well. 14 might's pretty damn useful at 850. So yeah, lots going on there. Down to Angmar and Garage McGinley. So Garage has never been to a 2-day event in like ages. If
This is not someone I know.
He's a great lad. He's a really good painter as well. So expect a nicely painted army. He's got this.
This looks like my Angmar list.
It's
But
yeah, he's settled well in the picks for a while now. I think he's running this right. He either does this or he does one with Birder. And he's got like a where is he? The York captain with pick. This is Gator. So this is the unique captain that he created, which is basically modeled on Will Ferrell out of the other guys.
right.
Gator takes no shit, so you'll see him. It's great. It's class. Got a bucket hat and everything. So Angmar, Warband 1, Witch King of Angmar with 3 might, 19 will, and 3 fate, the Crown of Morgul, and a horse. He's got orcs with picks and shields. He's got orc with shields, 3 of those, and 4 orcs with spears, orc with banner and shield, and orc with two-handed pick and spear. Warband 2 is Gully, the Terror of Arnor, with orc with a pick and shield, 4 orcs with shields, 4 orcs with spears, two-handed orc with pick and a spear, Deadmar Spectre. Warband 3 is Orc Captain with pick, shield, and warg. Gator with a pick, shield, and warg. Warg Riders with shields, and 2 of those, and a wild warg. Warband 4 is a Barrow White with orc with a pick and a shield, 4 orcs with shield, 4 with spear, and a two-handed with pick and spear. Warband 5, Barrow White, orc with pick and shield, orc 4 with shield, 4 with spear, and a two-handed pick and spear. So pretty much copy and paste warbands there going through the Barrow Whites and Gully. He's got 49 models, so coming close. Yeah, 25% is 12. 25 breaks it. So yeah, you know this list well.
Yeah, as it is it's very similar to my Angmar list. The difference being, if I was doing this, so at 800 points, my Witch King is on horse with 15 will. For 850, I would just give him a fell beast. So
yeah,
then you got 2 flying monsters that can wreck shit.
Yeah.
It only has 1 Spectre, which I would pull up as a flaw. Spectres are great. I would take 2.
I didn't actually realize that. 2 Barrow Whites, 1 Spectre.
Yeah.
15 points.
7 wild wargs is a bit of a. Oh no, never mind. That's only 1. Yeah, like it's good. It's just it's like it's Angmar. It's kind of hard to do Angmar badly, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I would say is like I think it only has 1. It should have more than 1
The
Spectre.
only thing is it should have more than 1 Spectre, yeah. So another model heavy list. So it's pretty much going to be. What are you going to say? Sorry.
Yeah, having the Witch King on horse, if you're patient with the flying models, is just a charge out there.
Yeah.
You can over and extend yourself, and then you can get caught and killed. So
Yeah, less likely on
having your leader just at the back of your lines throwing out spells is safer if you're not too experienced.
It seems to be that it'll either be like they're right the warband or the armies that generally have like really low models or a shitload. So it's an interesting mix.
The armies are either really small in numbers and really themey and shit, or
Uh,
they're high in numbers and scummy.
yeah, pretty much so far is pretty much the meta.
There's a contrast.
Right. So David Wade, he is bringing on Gondor with fiefdoms. Warband 1 is Angbor the Fearless, 5 Clansmen of Lamdon, 4 Men at Arms of Dol Amroth, 2 Axemen of Lossen Rack. Can't fucking butchered that.
Lossarnak.
Aye, something like that. Warband 2 is Madril, the Captain of Ithilien, 11 Warriors of Minas Tirith, 1 Banner and a Shield, and 5 Spear and Shield. Warband 3 is Prince Imrahil of Dol Amroth, a Lance and Armoured Horse. 5 Knights of Dol Amroth with Lance and Armoured Horses, and 6 Black Reveal Archers. Warband 4 is Denethor, the Steward of Gondor. He is the leader. 4 Rangers of Gondor, 1 Spear, 7 Warriors of Minas Tirith, 4 Shield, 2 Spear and Shield. Warband 5 is Anborn, 6 Rangers of Gondor, 1 Spear, and that's 50 points. Models 55. We have a new leader in terms of the models. Dave knows his fiefdoms list well.
Yeah.
He plays it well.
He loves this list. This is his favorite type of list. Gondor, the kingdoms of men, basically the armies of men for the Third Age.
Yeah.
Rohan, Gondor, etc.
I think Madril was his MVP at the WTC as well. I think he was saying he just like it was.
Madril is the good equivalent of Guritz.
Yeah, he's very handy. Does he have 3 might as well? Yeah.
Yeah, three my hero with that heroic march and that modify your deployment threshold is great. You can't go
And
wrong.
then
Like,
just hiding Denethor. I mean, if you get contest of champions, a bit you're fucked. But like other than that, you just hide
yeah,
him and laugh.
yeah, you're crying there
Yeah,
if contest comes up,
definitely,
and
definitely.
you can't even like when the you can't do like a normal event where you roll the killing pool and it comes up and it's like
Exactly.
to the death
I know.
because you know
They're all
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
could come a contest could still come up again. Like fuck.
As long as he doesn't get, I suppose he does have a lot of other heroes, providing he doesn't get contest.
He does have Imrahil. He does have Prince Imrahil to
Yeah,
tank the opponent's
exactly.
leader.
Yeah, Emerald's a beast.
Denethor's not bad at combat. He still fight 5 2 attacks.
Yeah, strength 4 as well, isn't he?
As long as he bullies like one guy a turn with support, he'll be fine.
Yeah, not bad at all. So we will move down to the next one. Okay, so nearly there, just a couple of lists left. There's actually 14, I think. I keep having it in my head. There's 12.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
14.
so down to Mr. Ivan Sheehan. Uh,
Some bollocks from Cork.
insert insults here from Dave. Another very good list in the hands of a very good player. So defenders of Helms Deep, Warband 1 is Theoden in heavy armor with shield. He's got 5 Royal Guard with throwing spears, 5 elves with bows and spears, 4 Warriors of Rohan, axe, shield, throwing spears. Warband 2 is Gamling with a banner, 4 Royal Guard throwing spears, 4 elves, bows, spear, 4 Warriors of Rohan with axe, shield, and throwing spears. Warband 3 is Haldir, bow and heavy armor. He's got 4 Royal Guard with throwing spears, 4 elves with bows and spears, 4 Warriors of Rohan with axe, shield, and throwing spears. Warband 4 is Legolas on his own with an elven cloak, and Warband 5 is King's Huntsman, also on their own. It's 850 total, 43 models, 22 to break, 10 to 25%, 13 warrior bows, and then obviously a spear. Heavy
So
shooting list.
a little bit on the smaller side with the model count, but still pretty good at
3,
43.
yeah, over 40s probably. I mean, 850, yeah. But it's got a shitload of shooting though.
Yeah,
Um,
it's pretty similar to something that both Ireland teams faced when we played Sweden at the WTC.
that's right, yeah.
It's not no Aragorn, but like I think they had Theoden, Gamling, and Legolas with full warbands.
I mean, there's not a lot of blinding light at this tournament. I guess there's the Shadow
I mean,
Lord. He
there
prevents.
are there are 3 Shadow Lords,
There are
which
a
is
lot of
pretty
Shadow Lords.
good.
You've got a good point. And then I think there is a blinding light to
but
Garden.
but he does have Legolas, so he can potentially
Yeah,
deal with the Shadow
just
Lord.
snipe that person. Yeah, or a
If there's
Caradan.
one if there's one
There's
thing
actually
the
already
Shadow
been
Lord
one
hates,
Caradan, isn't there? Yeah. So
if there's one thing the Shadow Lord hates, it's Círdan or Legolas.
yeah, yeah. Anyone with those sort
Yeah,
of abilities despise Legolas. The wraiths in general despise Legolas. My Legolas is
they do.
shit. He just
Except for on the Undying is like
he
ah
ref- it's hard if he works for you, but mine just refuses to roll more than a
yeah.
one, and then they can't even bite
Yeah.
it. It's fucking useless.
Plus you've also got Haldir with his two. He's got 2 shots with his bow, and then you've got the King's Huntsman with his
Yeah.
passing the ways on a 2.
Is that what he does? Does he pass in the ways on a two?
Yeah,
That's pretty mad.
and normally when you target a horse like a mount, the King's Huntsman can choose to be targeting the mount, so he can say, "I
Okay.
only hit the rider on a 1."
That's pretty good as well. Because like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna want
Yeah.
to kill him
He
out
got
anyway.
he gets his might points back if he kills a hero or monster.
Has he got a strength two bow?
No, it's strength 3.
Strength
It's a knife
strength three
bow.
bow. Nice.
Pretty nice because you do have gambling there, so you could just like spend the 2 points of might and just like I'll get one back anyway. It's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I'd
Yeah.
quite like to see my guys go up against this, who will be
Yeah.
revealed soon, because
I,
they just get peppered
Ivan is of
fast.
course he is a bollocks, but he is a good player.
Yeah, he's a
So
very good player.
he will know what to do with this.
He will know what to do with that.
Okay.
Speaking of good players,
Unlike Michael Bunting, actually took something different. He didn't just change his standard list tiny bit.
so another good player is David Goldman. Uh,
Absolute scum. And
uh,
anything he touches becomes scum.
is a very difficult list that he's brought to play against
With
for
with the child, it's like in like that quote from A New Hope. It's like you will never see a greater hives.
He's another Cork lad as well, isn't he?
Scotland, really.
So Lothlorien and Halls of Thranduil, I like it. You hate it, obviously. It's just pure elves. You'll despise it.
I hate it, but I also enjoy it
Your
because
your
Elspeth's
your
a lot of
list
good
will
fun.
enjoy it. It's a Yellow Alliance. Warband number 1 is Galadriel with a mirror. 8 Galadriel warriors with shields, 1 Galadriel warrior with banner and spear, 5 Galadriel warriors with spears and bows, 3 Galadriel court guard, 1 sentinel. Warband 2 is Celeborn, heavy armor, sword, and shield. Galadriel knight with shield and bow, 7 Galadriel warriors with shields, 4 with spears and bows, 1 with spear and shield, and 2 Galadriel court. Warband 3 is Legolas on his horse. He's got a Mirkwood cavalry with shield and a Mirkwood elf with glaive and bow. He's got 38 models, so is on the low side for the theme of this event so far. 20 to break, 9 to quarter, 9 might, 12 bows. It is a tough list.
But 38 models is a lot when you've got elves.
It is a lot when you've got elves, yeah. That's a fuckload of
Especially
elves.
especially defense 6 elves with shields.
Yeah, they're fight 6 as well, Galadriel Court, aren't they?
Yeah. And there's like five of them there.
I'm just an annoying little sentinel in there to do
They've
work,
also
and he's got
there's also a
Legolas in
nice
there.
there's also a nice synergy with the mirror because his three heroes all have 3 fate.
Yeah.
They can just
Um,
burn all their fate, and I was like, oh, there you go, have some back.
there's a lot of people.
Fate points for everyone.
There's a lot of people having success with Galadriel Court at the minute as well. Like they're pretty popular, it seems.
They're very good troops.
Yeah, they are. You just get so many of them.
Fight six troop that can also shield.
Yeah,
Is such an annoying thing to do.
and they're cheap for elves.
Yeah, they
Um,
are.
it's hilarious that Bunting was talking about just bringing like a shitload of wood elves and just captains. I still think that's fucking brilliant.
It is, but
So
it's terrible.
it
It's
is,
pretty
but you,
terrible.
you should do it, Bunting, because it's class.
You should have done it this time, you useless Egypt.
So this absolute bastard here, bringing the gamiest of gamey lists in Fangorn.
The worst player at the WTC.
Easily the worst player at the WTC, and I have that in a picture to prove it. We have Fangorn at 850 points, 6 models, 3 is halfway, 4 to break, 1.5, 1 model remaining. So having fun, 25% of me.
Smallest list.
Smallest list, I'll happily take
Yeah,
that. Just about, I
yeah,
can't believe I actually beat Calvin for
yeah,
smallest list.
yeah.
So we brought
But
Treebeard,
as you say, you do have to lose. You do have to lose
5
4
of
to
them.
be broken, so it's
Yeah, four
not
to break.
terrible.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
pretty
are
shit.
fearless,
And
so
there's 3 heroes in it, which is pretty good as well. So
you might do okay again. You might do okay if the pool's like
they
with the
could.
G18
If I
your
just roll
favor.
sixes as well, it's great. Like
I mean,
I'm almost
rolling
unbeatable.
sixes is always
You know what I
rolling sixes is always a
mean?
good strategy. Like,
Almost unbeatable with ends if you just roll
yeah.
sixes. So bringing in Treebeard, he only has Randy the Ent with him. We've got Warband 2 with Quick Beam. He's got Bert and Brokebone, the other 2 normal ends. Warband 3 is Beachbone on his own. So just a bunch of Fight 8, Fight 7, Strength 8, D8, 18-inch stone throwing trees. So love them. They're terrible. They overperformed at the last event I was in. If I win 1 or 2 games with them, I'll be fucking happy. Me and Calvin will just be smashing each other up on the bottom table. I love them. They're not competitive,
Yeah,
but
and
they're great crack.
unfortunately they're cool, but they're just not that good. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's Easter. I
slightly
thought
better
let's
than
have
mono
fun.
trolls, but
Yeah, yeah. Me and Ewan had a troll versus Endorf, which was good. Next event,
they're just unfortunately they're not tough enough. I think
next
nowhere
yeah,
near tough enough. I think
they need either 4 attacks or monsters charge or something. Um,
or 4 wounds
yeah, or 4,
and
yeah,
can't be trapped.
that would be good. Trapping them just fucks them
They
entirely.
need to be they need to be absolute tanks.
They also need to like bowling ball with that rock. The fact it's just like a single well placed stone is just fucking ridiculous. Like
Which
it's
does a massive rock that doesn't like
no
go
impact
back,
on it.
doesn't
Yeah,
instant kill,
it's just stupid. It should
doesn't
definitely
like
knock them
you throw
back.
it at a mountain.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
just
you
a
throw it
way.
at a mountain model and it hits the horse, and
It's
that guy's like,
yeah, it just
"Oh,
sweeps them
is
underneath.
that a rock? Was it?"
It's just a well placed pebble, for some reason.
Yeah,
And then Beach Bone
good.
obviously is loving orcs. There's a lot of orcs for Beach Bone. That's good.
Oh yeah,
Um, Shay Henry, I have no idea who this is. I don't know if it's actually a
neither
new
do I.
player or if it's either a new player, which is pretty like it's pretty.
Maybe maybe it's a GBHL player coming over.
It could be. It could be. Apparently, I think they might have come from Ballymena or something, actually. That, or it's like people have been known to change their names for tournaments for a laugh before, but I'm pretty sure it's just a new player. So it'll be good to have you, Jay, if that is the case. You're bringing Minas Tirith at 850 points, the second one we've seen today. I think it's only the second. You have the leader in Boromir, captain of the White Tower, heavy armor, Horn of Gondor, horse, shield, sword, banner, Minas Tirith. 11 knights of Minas Tirith, heavy armor, horse, lance, shield, and sword. And Faramir, armor, heavy armor, horse, lance, shield, sword. 6 rangers of Gondor. That's Warband 2, sorry, with Faramir. 7 on warriors of Minas Tirith with heavy armor, shield, and sword. And Minas Tirith warrior with banner, heavy armor, spear, and sword. Warband 3 is Huron the Tall, heavy armor, horse, the Warden sword, 6 Rangers of Gondor with armor, bow, and spears, 6 Warriors Minas Tirith with shields, and 1 more Minas Tirith with banner and spears. 42 models, 21 breaking point, 10 quarter remaining. Pretty standard.
Someone likes their banners.
There's a lot of fucking banners there.
Yeah,
Yeah, like holy shit.
two extra banners plus Boromir is very
Could have
nice.
got a lot of extra guys in for the points spent on
Yeah,
banners.
like I this is kind of similar to how I would play Minister at 850. But I gone, so all my Minister list at 850 is just 20 Fountain Court guards and 10 Rangers of Gondor and
I was
5
going to say
knights
it's
in
lacking
it.
the fountain court. It just needs some fountain court
Yeah.
in there.
It still is fight 5, like mostly because of Boromir.
Yeah,
It does have 11 knights, which is pretty cool.
it'll stand around for a long time. The 11 Knights
Yeah,
is
but
class.
unless
Yeah,
unless unless the thinking is Boromir's contingent is going to be off doing its own thing, so that's
yeah,
why he's got 2 banners. Still
maybe.
overkill. It's still overkill in my opinion, but
Yeah,
that might be the thinking behind it.
one extra banner wouldn't be so bad if Boromir's going
One
to fuck
one
off
one
with
extra
11 Knights.
banner, yeah, one extra knight with a banner who could just because you get a larger base,
Yeah,
and you can always like relocate up and down your infantry line to where you really need the fight or really need the reroll.
yeah. And decent amount of numbers again. I mean, it'll stay around a long time. That's what Minister
It'll be
does.
durable for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And then Boromir with his a million might.
It would probably have benefited quite well from having Ingold
Yeah,
because it's like Warriors Minister at the front with Rangers behind. You
yeah.
don't want the Warriors Minister to back
Then
away
stops him
over
backing
the shield
away.
wall.
Yeah, yeah. We just hold steady. Already even better does. He's got a good few Rangers in there as well. So bit of shooting. Like 12
Although
Rangers?
he's going to cry at all the Shadow Lords.
I know. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, there's a lot of anti-shooting. I don't really care about that, to be honest. I mean, the odd stone. So yeah, we've went through them all. They're all pretty, as you say. We've got some really, really themey lists. We've got some really, really dirty lists, but we've got all in all a bunch of great guys playing them. So looking forward to it.
Well, we've some nice lads and we've a bunch of cons.
Well, that's pretty much it. That's always the way as well.
Myself included.
That was not where I meant to type. So I'm just going to pop these in. I really should have did this before, but sure. We've got Ewan. I guess I have a list of this.
You go right to the top.
Ewan, we've got Nick McElhatton. I could just do this.
Yeah.
We've got Mr. Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
Christopher
Chris.
Cornhill. The one and only. The next fine gentleman is Mr. Bunting. And the next is yourself, Mr. Murphy. Then the one and only Mr. Michael Bradford. The last
is the King's champion.
The King's champion, the winner of the painting at my last event.
Because he's a big, strong lad.
Garage McGinley, the Gator squad, coming in hot. The gentleman himself, Mr. David Wade, captain of the WTC Northern Ireland team this year. We had a great time just getting pissed and having we had some crack, man.
You drank your share of San Michael's.
We will not talk about that. Yeah, I definitely did. Didn't help. Ivan Sheehan, the
Ireland 1 captain.
And yeah, Ireland 1 captain and winner of last year's IHL, I think.
Yep.
Mr. David
IHL champion.
Coleman.
The child is the asterisk champion because he won 2020, and there wasn't that much of a league that happened.
The scumbag, Mr. Connor Glover. Never heard of him. Don't want to know anything more about him. And the new player, Chang Henry. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we're ready to go. So 3, 2, 1. So let's see what we've got. Well, I'm playing Nick straight up. That'll be interesting. Ewan is matched. So we've got Mortar Patrols up against the Gondor list. That quite themey. I quite like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the elves up against the trees. I guess I'll just have to be evil and pretend I'm on some sort of revolt in that one. The fellowship is up against Lothlorien, and yeah, that's going to be tough for Calvin.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell's up against Ivan. That's going to be another tough one. Big numbers versus small. David Wade and Michael Bunting, another quite themey one because the bad guys versus the ultimate good guys.
That'll be fairly interesting.
Yourself up against Garrod, so Gator versus the versus Suladan. So that's gonna be fun. You're gonna know that list well. So that's just big numbers versus big numbers. Probably a battle of the Titans in Bradford and Paddy. So
that'll be the match. That'll be the game to watch there.
that is the game to watch there, definitely. Yeah. So that is our 7 matchups. They're all pretty good. It's gonna be a strong first round for some people. Tough for others.
Yeah, some people have got a tough matchup first round.
Yeah, I think after the first round, it'll really, once the parents kicks in, it'll really switch. I think I'll start to move to a lot closer to the bottom. And then we'll probably see all the fun players with Amy list just battling it out down there while all the big number lists all fight it out at the top. So it should be fun, yeah. Any particular ones other than that one that you think look like a good fight? David Wade and Michael Bunting.
That'll be another good one.
Yourself and Garage as well. Those 3 in the middle are actually all the are at the end.
Yeah, I'm playing a different list. Garrod is playing Angmar, which is obviously very strong. It's a list very similar to mine. So again, I don't know how it could go because I don't know like his skill level.
He's playing it for a little while now. He hasn't definitely been playing it for as long as others, but he's been playing it for a good while. And he's starting to know his stuff with it, picking up wins now. So it could be.
I do remember for your event when I seen like I really don't want to play Aaron Orkers. Aaron on paper.
Was look, yeah, that's right, yeah, look.
I was like, I don't know how good, what kind of skill level.
That's exactly it. Luke just brings what he wants, man. Flat out. I don't think he's ever played the same army twice. Maybe he's not playing this one actually. It was. But yeah, he's a great lad. The dark horse.
Might surprise me.
The dark horse one is this one, Ewan Collins and Shay Henry, just because it's a themey fight and I don't know who Shay is, and I know Ewan's really good fun to play, so that could be one to watch as well. And then I think a couple of others will be quick matches. Well,
yeah, I'd say them set round 2 to 4 is probably going to be the ones that'll be over fairly quick.
Yeah, go and get an ice cream and enjoy the scenes. Well,
there's class for the ice cream, to be fair.
It is. Knockalato across the road and Mods down the street.
IHL tradition is to get ice cream there.
You're going to have to start taking part in that more, to be honest. Still haven't. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Dave. That's pretty much going to wrap us up. I think we got a really good talk about pretty much every single list there. Really good information on all of them. Yeah. And you got all your slabbering in about all the top guys, so that was quite funny as well. We've got some.
In order to now that I see everything, I may do another top 5 predictions post.
You should actually. I think you should, especially after this. The video will be live hopefully by tomorrow morning. Obviously, by the time you're watching that, it'll already be live. So, thanks very much for joining us, everyone. As I said, the content should pick up now over the next couple of weeks. Now that we're months, I should say, just now that the move has finished. After the event, I keep saying this. I try to get footage for events and post it up. I really will try and do it this time as it's Easter. And I don't think I'll be playing very long on the table each time, and usually take me about 30-40 minutes a game and experience. Yeah, pretty much. So thanks very much, Dave. We'll get you on again next time for another one. And yeah, cool. Thanks for joining us.
I shall see you on the weekend.
You will indeed, my man. You will indeed.